front of me is Antoine Bauza. He's designer of Hanabi, and he won the Spiel des Jahres 2013. Congratulations for that. How did you come up with the idea of designing this game?
In fact, I designed this one a long time ago. It was maybe one of my first design before I get published. The idea was I wanted to make a new game, original game with a standard component, just 50 cards, numbers, colors, something very common. And the challenge was, can I make something original, new with these old classic components? I made the card and began to play with them, say, how can we play to make something new? And just one day I took the cards, back size, and say, hey, I like that. Maybe there's something to do with this idea, where everybody will take the card, but in the wrong way. And I started to think, and I came up with a first prototype, but it was a competitive game. I played it with my friend, and they said we really love the back the wrong way card side, very good, but honestly the game is not so great, so you have to work again. And so I came back to my desk and thinking back, okay, I keep the cards in the wrong way because this is a strong idea, this is something everybody's like. So now I have to make a good game with that. And just one day, my wife came and see me, thinking at my desk, and she just say, hey, why don't you make a cooperative game? Because you just love cooperative, maybe you can do something for cooperative. And I say, oh yes, oh my gosh, yes. And maybe 1 hour later, I have the whole idea. We playtest it the night, and everybody say, okay, now it's very great. You keep the card in the wrong way, and the communication and cooperative thing is just working great. You have the game just now, right now.
The game already came out in France. Why did it took so long that the game was published also here, maybe in Germany or in France?
The first publisher was a very, very small French publisher. And maybe he prints 1,000 copies. So he sold the copies, but he have no media, no press, and everything. And one day, another bigger French publisher, which is Cocktail Game, and he played the game. Oh, I really love the game. We have to take the game and try to export the game. So they find an arrangement and reprint the game in a new version and start to export the game. And then Abacus say, hey, you don't doing the game in Germany, and we just love the game. So another arrangement, and the game just arrived in Germany last year for Essen. Yeah.
Besides the Spiel des Jahres 2013, you also won the Kennerspiel des Jahres with 7 Wonders. Which prize meant more to you?
Winning with 7 Wonders wasn't a surprise. Everybody say, okay, 7 Wonders will win. So we were pretty sure we can win with 7 Wonders. Here, I don't think Hanabi will win, because kind of a bizarre game, it's cooperative, it's small box. The player have to kind of finish and decide their own rules to play. So I don't believe the jury could choose this for the prize. I think the nomination was a signal to say, hey, the game is very interesting because it's not like every other games, but to give the prize was to take the prize was a real surprise.
There's already one expansion that is in the Abacus version inside the box. Do you already have ideas for more expansion, or is this like such a basic game mechanism that you say, okay, the game is so good and it's not really fun to make more expansion because maybe the rules get too complex or the game will take too long?
I think the game works, and the magic of the game is just 15 cards and some tokens. So I'm not sure I can come with an interesting expansion. I don't want to make an expansion just to make an expansion because to have sales for the game. I think the game just works well with small box, 50 cards, some tokens, and I think I want to keep it that way, but we'll see.
You won with 7 Wonders, you won with Hanabi. What's your next game trying to attempt the big award?
Just don't think about the award when you design the game. I have a young kid now, so I know in maybe 2 years I will be starting to design children game for my kids. So maybe I'll come with a kids game. So I like to do that. I just waiting for my son to get to grow up and to can play games with him.
So in France, people like to play games where they talk a lot. But were you surprised that the Hanabi was such a big success on the international market as well, where maybe other play conventions are more important?
In France, we love the all talking games and everything, and I know in other countries they are not very fond of the. So yes, it's a part of the big surprise of winning here. It's a cooperative game. Nobody likes a cooperative game. It's all about communication and non-communication. So yeah, it's if you add all this thing, it was a very big surprise to win with the game. But to tell you the truth, when I designed it, it was just more than an exercise. I never thought it was published. So it's just amazing now.
Okay, last question. Your 3 tips for all players who desperately try to gain 25 points but never reach them. What should they do?
The 25 are hard to achieve. The thing is, you have to play many games with the same groups to come up with your own convention. And I have some friend of mine who play a lot, maybe 200-300 games, and now they achieve to make the 25 9 times out of 10. So it's just practice. But if they play with a new player, it's completely different because all the conventions are to be rebuilt and everything. So I like this about the Hanabi. You have to learn the game with one group, and if you play with another gaming group, you have to learn it again from the start. And I like that.
But nevertheless, is there a tip or a few tips that all groups should follow, or that it make easier to reach the big goal?
I'm not sure. I can tell. It depends on every group has its own convention and own rules, so you have to try them. And if I give you one rule, I just ruin the game for you, because the part of the magic is to find the convention, and it's what I want when people play Hanabi. I don't want to say, hey, you should play like that to win. It's not interesting. You have to discover the game and say, hey, if we play like that, maybe we can do better. And it's all about the Hanabi, I think.